Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Water Sports, and I'm hanging out at the Slick. And today's video is going to be all about different kinds of transitions. And these transitions are going to be of the nature of coming up to almost a complete stop and going back the other way. We're going to do some surface stuff, and we're also going to do some air stuff. And kind of walk you through it. And it's also an inspirational video to get you to try new things. So stay tuned, make sure you like and subscribe to videos, and you'll see more to come. Our first transition of the day is going to be a surface tack transition. And I use this for competition, or I also use it just to make sure that I stay upwind. Say I'm on the backside of some mangroves or an island, offshore breeze, or I just don't want to lose any ground at all. And the cool thing about this transition is it allows you to really accelerate out of the gate without losing any ground at all. It's going to be keeping the board primarily attached to the surface and doing a tack as if you're on a surfboard or even a foil board. It's a great skill to have before you go into those surfboards and foil boards. And guess what? You're already familiar with the twin tip, so get used to it, doing it on the twin tip, and go nail it on a surfboard also. Here's my tack transition. I'm gonna go underneath the lines looking into the breeze and making sure that board stays on the surface. As I'm approaching that transition point, I'm using just my back hand to initiate that kite to go up to 12 and send it back the other way. All right, what I'm doing with the board is I'm aiming the nose of the board into the breeze and keeping it on the surface as if I'm doing a 360 on the middle part of the board. I'm not favoring an edge. I'm not favoring the nose or the tail of the board. I'm just trying to keep it really, really flat so that the board's almost doing like a 360, but it's really not. It's just 180 degrees. Let's try that again. Nose goes into the breeze. I keep it as flat as possible. If you notice, that's fine if I don't have acceleration out. I just sink back in, and here we are just doing a normal water start again. And this one's gonna be with speed. All right, if you notice, I'm pressurizing my back hand. I'm not doing much with my front hand. Everything is in your back hand. All right, so this is what I usually do just to really dial in my skills. I might walk on the beach and visualize it. Some people work better this way. So what you'll do is nice shallow water, not too shallow. You'll walk with the kite, and notice as I'm going to do that transition, I bring the kite up lightly with my back hand, pressurizing that, coming around, and look, the kite's already in position. Notice it's not lifting me up off my feet. Remember, this is a surface transition, and if I really pull down on this bar, it's gonna lift me off my feet, and that's not what I want. I want just a little bit of lift so that I don't sink down into the water. So let's see that again. I'll unspin my bar. I'll walk into the breeze, pressurizing that backhand slightly, no lift. Look where I want to go, and boom, I'm already headed that way. On to the next. Let's learn some air back roll transitions. It's super easy. It's a real cool, stylish way to get back going the other way. And you know what? It's pretty fun to just add to that toolbox, all right? Now, what we would recommend is that you learn how to do a back roll first in just a simple riding manner, and then start playing with that back roll so that you can prolong it and have a little bit more of a helicopter landing. Check out our previous videos on back rolls. If you already got that mastered, well, then you're ready for an air transition back roll. This is how you do it. What I like to practice first is just to warm up to the situation. Do a couple air transitions, okay? And then after you start feeling a little bit more comfortable and you can predict the wind, you can start going for that back roll. Back rolls are easy. You just turn into the breeze and keep looking around the corner and make sure you spot your landing as you do that almost 360, all right? So here we are. We're gonna break it down for you. All right, here we are. We're gonna go into the breeze and lift off the water, start looking in the direction you want to go. With this kind of a back roll air transition, you don't have to huck it. What you're looking to do is have nice easy race into that back roll, okay? As we go into that transition, we want to bring that kite up to 12 o'clock, use that bar to lift you up so that you release from the surface of the water. As you get better, you'll be able to go a little higher and higher every time and start playing with how long you can stay up in the air. What you don't want to do is go into that transition and yank on where it results into a loop and you come shooting out the gate. The pro tip is a high kite is a happy kite. Focus on that. Go into the breeze, do that air transition, and look how high that kite is the whole entire time. I believe now, maybe possibly, you're ready for a front roll air transition, which is by far the most awkward way to do a transition. But it's cool, and I'm sure you can do it with a couple tries. I'm not gonna lie, right before this video, I tried a bunch of times, and I finally got it dialed in again. But here we go, all right? A very large part of my thought process right now is keeping that kite up at 12 as long as possible, and nothing radical on the bar. So I'm really focused on having that kite at 12 as long as possible. And then what I'm gonna do is focus on that backhand and get ready to land right away. Well, I certainly hope that this has inspired you to try something new and get out there and switch it up a little bit. Now for the next 10 seconds, I'm just gonna go big and show a little bit of my style, something that you can work up to. We'll catch you later. We'll see you on the water.